We're going to go ahead and get the call rolling, get everything started. As you know, we have a very special guest, someone that, I highly value. Let's drop some 777s for this individual, okay, that is making shockwaves in the industry because of his heart, because of his passion. And, I have the privilege, just like every single one of you guys, to be able to get the mentorship, right? He's a Chairman 500 in iMarkets Live. Someone, once again, that's a standard in the industry, right, of network marketing. And he's going to be talking about what it really takes to run a business, right, within our business, which is the system, the duplication part, the little things that are needed to become a professional in this industry. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to the one and only Mr. Matthew Rosa, coming to us live, I believe, from Florida, right? So thank you so much, brother, for taking the time out of your day and pouring into us, bro.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, guys, I appreciate y'all's time as well. You guys, I recognize time's the most valuable thing in life, the only thing that we're not going to get back. So I appreciate y'all's time, and y'all's time is just as important, if not more. So with that being said, guys, for those of you guys that don't know me, Matt Rosa, I'm currently right now in Naples, Florida, in a meeting for my traditional business. But man, network marketing is my passion. It is my baby. iMarkets Live, what we've done here. So, the traditional business is something that we do, but when I get to work on iMarkets Live, which is 90% of my day, I immediately sacrifice whatever it is that I'm doing in order to pour into people, right? I've been in this industry now for the past 7 years. This is my 7th year this August. And I've been with iMarkets Live since November of 2015. And I'm going to let you guys know this industry has absolutely changed my life. It's done incredible things for me and my family. And we've been able to build up an organization of so many success stories. But here's the thing. When you join a network marketing company, you hear the good. This person can make X amount of dollars. This person in a company car. These products are the best in the world. But one thing I've realized in the 7 years that I've been in this business is they don't talk about what it's going to take in order to get there, right? And I think that the best mentors are not just going to tell you what to do. They're not just going to tell you why to do it, but they're also going to go ahead and share exactly how it is. And over the past 7 years, I've struggled with an immense amount of things. I failed exponentially. But I will say this. One of the biggest lessons that I learned in this industry, it is not about what you can do. It's about what you can teach. I'm going to say that again. It is not about what it is that you can do. It is about what it is that you can teach. The reason that I always tell people to take notes is because of that. It's a proven fact you're going to forget the vast majority of what it is that you learn if you do not write it down, but also because it's not what you know, it's what your team knows, right? Because what you can teach is obviously duplicatable. And duplication is going to lead to momentum, and momentum is going to lead to the residual income that each and every single one of us are after. Now, the question is, how do you duplicate? How is it that you duplicate within the organization, right? And it's a very simple matter that a lot of us tend to actually overcomplicate, right? We think system, and we're like, oh my God, it's this intricate, very advanced idea that someone can plug into. And when it comes to systems, you want the absolute opposite. Write this down. You want to keep your systems super simple. Keep your systems super simple, because simplicity is what duplicates. The moment that somebody feels overwhelmed, they've lost interest in it. The moment that somebody feels overwhelmed, their probability of continuing this thing with the same amount of desire and aspiration that they had when they had first initially joined, it goes down. And I need you guys to realize that a simple system will not only duplicate, but a simple system will also be able to, or easy to teach, right? So let's think about the word system for a moment. I want you to write this down, right? I want you to write this down. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. Save yourself time, energy, and money. The reason that we utilize systems, look, guys, some of you guys are Platinum 600s, Platinum 150s, maybe Platinum 1000. It's easy to manage and even micromanage your organization at that level of business, right? At that level of leadership in this company. But what happens when you have 500, 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 active in your organization? You see, we have teams all over the world: Africa, Europe, South America, North America, Canada. The list goes on. And these individuals are working and obtaining results regardless if I am there. And that is the end goal when it comes to a system dependent business, right? That is the end goal when it comes to a system dependent business. In my previous years in network marketing, I ran a leadership dependent business. I felt that I needed to do all the calls because I was the one that did them the best. I felt that I needed to speak at all the events because nobody could close as good as me. And although that may be true for you guys, maybe you're the best in your group. Here's the thing. At some point in network marketing, what's the one of the number one things we always talk about? Travel, right? Traveling with your family, traveling with your friends, traveling with the individuals that you love. What happens when you leave town? You see, what would happen to me is that I would leave town and my business would stop. My business would stop. And then I'd come back and I'd see my numbers would drop. No calls were really done. There were a few people that did a little something, but essentially all the work that I worked hard for backtracked, right? I was like, oh man, this can't keep on happening. So then I'd come back and I'd build it again and again and again. And then I'd leave for a little bit and boom, it would happen again. And it would happen again. And it was a reoccurring process that happened. Systems, guys. Let's talk about what composes a system. First and foremost, I want you to think about a food truck, right? I want you to think about a food truck. Or not a food truck, your favorite restaurant. I'm sorry. Your favorite restaurant may be a pizza shop that you like, Chipotle, whatever the case may be. We go to that said restaurant because we know that they're fast. We know exactly how to get there. We know the food, the air is exactly what it is that we like. Essentially, it is extremely convenient, right? Now, what happens in the event that we put Chipotle or that pizza restaurant on wheels and turn it into a food truck? You see, now that food truck, we got to guess where it's going to be every single day. You know, maybe we got to guess the menu on it because it's changing every single day. Maybe we got to guess the hours of operation. What's going to end up happening, the end result is very simple. You are going to less frequently, if not completely, stop going to said restaurant. Your business is the exact same way. A lot of the times we're running a business, let's say, without a schedule, for argument's sake. And that's one of the things that compose the system, the schedule. A lot of us have a business, we're operating this business, but every week the schedule is completely different. Oh, this week where Monday is the opportunity call, but then next week nothing's going on Monday. And then this week, Tuesday is the training, but next week, Tuesday is the opportunity call. Essentially, you're changing the schedule on individuals, whether it's prospects on your team or whether it's builders in your organization. You're changing the schedule for these individuals, right? And due to the fact that you're changing the schedule, there's no consistency. Because there's no consistency, it is less convenient. Due to the fact that it is less convenient, you're going to see attendance plummet, right? And I want you guys to understand that that's first and foremost. You got to create a schedule. Now, a healthy schedule balances not only trading and building, but productivity and activity, right? It's not just about providing information, but it's also educating them and teaching them how to implement that education. So you should have Forex trainings, you should have building trainings, you should have mindset trainings, and you should have opportunity. Forex trainings, building trainings, mindset trainings, and opportunity calls. So that's first and foremost. You guys need a lockdown on that schedule. The next thing that you need to do when developing a system, it has to be extremely easily accessible. A lot of people put together these massive PDF forms and crazy. You don't need any of that. Remember, you want to keep it super simple. You want to kiss the prospect, keep it super simple. So what do I say? The most effective way is video format, but you only have somebody's attention for less than 5 minutes per video. And that's studies that have shown, YouTubers, they stick by that. Social media influencers, they stick by that. And it's gone to prove itself time and time again. The best format is video. Now, fortunately, I have recorded a few videos that I can provide to Mario that you guys can watch as well on how to get somebody started, right? So we have your schedule. We have an easily accessible system, right? Now, people, this is the most important thing. When it comes to network marketing, guys, everybody thinks momentum is just getting people to join the business. But in this industry, it's not about getting people to join the business. It's about keeping people in the business. right? The number one reason that somebody will not stay in iMarkets Live is because they're not making money. The number one reason that they're not making money is because they're not utilizing the products. 9 times out of 10, the number one reason that they're not utilizing the products is because they weren't instructed to do so within their first 72 hours. You see, the first 72 hours is when your prospect that just joined, your customer, is the hottest, right? You have 72 hours. Let's think about this. When you bend iron, you don't bend iron once it's cooled down. You bend it when it's absolutely red hot, because that's when you're able to mold it, right? So I need you guys to focus on those first 72 hours. How you launch somebody is how it is that they are going to continue on, right? So you want to set them up properly. Now, what do you have to do in the first 72 hours? A lot of people are scrambling in order to get their demo accounts made and send all this, or their broker accounts, or fund the accounts, send all that. No. They need to know how to properly access the services and utilize the platform. They need to know how to properly access the services and utilize the platform. They need to know exactly when the trainings are, team calls, or 7-figure mentorship, night owl sessions, whatever the company is providing, the next wave calls, whatever the company is providing. They need to know immediately. A lot of people, I go on tour and I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, Matt, I need more mentorship. And I'm like, okay, are you on 7-figure mentorship every single Sunday night? And they're like, what's that? Meanwhile, they're being trained by multi 7-figure earners, or they have access to that proximity, but they didn't know about it. And that falls on us as leaders, right? I asked them, are you on the next wave calls? They're like, what is that? So they're getting mentorship from chairman every single week on Wednesday. They have the access to that proximity, but they were not aware, and that falls on us as leaders. So we need to, in the first 72 hours, they got to know how to access all their services and maneuver through the platform. They need to know the schedule for the company. Also, within the first 72 hours, 2 and free is a blessing. If you've ever been in network marketing outside of this, specifically product-driven companies like I was, you have a customer. This is the crazy thing. Vast majority of people that join a network marketing company will not be their customers, not IBOs. Customers will not be there 90 days from now. Why? Because product tends to stack up in their house. They can only have so much protein. They can only have so much lotion. They can only have so whatever the product is, perfume, whatever it is, right? Makeup. And they're put on an auto delivery that they're not utilizing the services or the product. Fortunately for us, we have the opportunity to make our customers money, right? So now if they're making money, the retention is going to be through the roof, right? But here's the thing. We all recognize that trading isn't a get rich quick overnight. And it's a skill set that you need to learn. And behind that learning, there is a learning curve that is going to take time. So what am I saying here? You got to help the individual get their 2 and free as soon as possible, right? So within the first 72 hours, it is, and I have videos on this. Again, I'm going to send them tomorrow. But within the first 72 hours, it is imperative that you make sure they understand the importance of 2 and free. You let them understand the importance behind it, because of the fact that at the end of the day, they're not going to continue to pay this autoship if they do not at least have it for free, or making money in the foreign exchange, cryptocurrency, or trading in general market, right? When you're getting this 2 and free, I know a lot of people have the rebuttal, but Matt, my customer doesn't want to refer anybody until they're making money. We've all experienced that rebuttal at one point or another, and that's completely fine. And that's okay. That's actually normal. Here's the problem. The problem is not the prospect or the customer. The problem is the way we are pitching. The problem is the way we are explaining the opportunity. The problem is essentially the way we are framing these individuals from when they first come. You see, I hear it all the time. I go to all these, and the only reason I know this is because I struggled with it as well. But I go to all these events every single week. I'm at events, and you know what's the number one pitch that people have? And I guarantee you're using it right now. Guys, you don't have to recruit in order to make money. You don't have to tell a soul about this. You can just go to your room and trade by yourself. You don't ever have to come to an event like this. So here's what you're doing. You're programming individuals to think that way. Immediately, they're going to come into this thing and say, well, you told me I did not need to bring anybody in, and now you're telling me I do. Now, granted, you may push certain individuals away, but what type of people do you want in your business? Do you want everybody, or do you want the qualified, right? What I always let people know is this. Hey, look, Trading may take 30, 60, 90 days to truly comprehend just the basics, not even getting in depth as a true self-sufficient trader. During that time, you may be paying X, Y, and Z depending on what your package is. What we're going to do is we're going to help you get this for free. Now, we're also going to teach you how it is that you can do this. And this is a fail-proof system. And I have the videos in order to provide that as well. You're already installing in their mind that they're going to get their 2 and free. And I allow them to know, look, what that allows you to do is everything you're making on top of that is now profits. You're also going to have an accountability partner. And trading, you absolutely need one. It's not recommended. This isn't a recommendation. This is instruction, right? People are going to do what it is that you instruct them to do because they're coming in and they trust you. They believe in you. You are their leader at this point. You are guiding them. So with that being said, the way you're pitching this thing you need to include the fact that they're getting that 2 and free. It's going to help you out with your retention, and it's going to lower your attrition. Retention meaning who stays in your business. Attrition meaning who leaves your business, right? The last thing that I want to talk about, because I do have to run back into this meeting, but I didn't want to miss a heartbeat on this call. Last thing that I want to talk about when developing systems. I left this for last because it is the most important. It has to be concrete. You cannot have a system and switch it on them, and then have a system and switch it on them, and then have a system and switch it on them. I was sitting down with a chairman 25 of mine just in a few weeks ago. It was right before Houston. And I'm sitting down with him, I'm talking, and he's like, look, Matt, I've been at Chairman 25 for 2 years. Like, I'm trying to figure out what do I have to do in order to get to that Chairman 50 level. And I said, well, okay, talk to me. What does your system look like? He starts breaking down his system, right? And then I said, that's not the system that you had when I was in your city. And he was like, no. And then I looked back, and it was a repeating problem. And he was like, well, I'm only making it better. But you're changing the schedule. You're changing the steps to follow. I understand that we're always improving. And if you're not improving, that means you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying, right? So I get it, but you have to have a sustainable system, something that is concrete. Me and Jason have been running off of the same, so for instance, Miami, we started the Miami events when there was absolutely no one here. We would meet up in a coffee shop every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock, every rain or shine, to this day, there are events going on in Miami 3 years later, every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Why? Because of the fact that we made that the staple. So guys, with that being said, don't run a leadership dependent business. Run a system dependent business to the point where maybe if you're not in town, your system is holding down your team, and due to the fact that it is being held down, it is duplicating on a rapid base. So wanted to pop in here, show you guys some love. I appreciate all you guys are doing, and I look forward to seeing you guys at the I Am convention in Las Vegas. In Dallas, Texas. So my man Mario, I'll pass this back on over to you, my brother. Much love, and God bless you guys.
God bless you too, brother. Have a great meeting, and we're excited for you to come out on the West Coast here very, very, very soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. So everybody, like Matthew mentioned, right, be system dependent. He's going to pass down some information, which I know the steps that he'll hand over. We'll post it on the chat. But that's pretty much it. I don't think we really need to hear anything more, right? We had a great call yesterday to launch our 90-day run with Alex Morton. We have a kickoff event in person today, right, here in San Antonio. And now we have what's going to be crucial. Once people get signed up, we got to get them properly set up, right, to have that long-term success. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. I will see you guys later today. We still have a few hours to promote, to push, to get people to today's event. And let's make some shockwaves all over the company and let people know that San Antonio is in the house. You guys have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys later.